Well, hello and welcome to another segment of the It Works Man Show. I'm Triple Diamond Rob Dawson, and I have two great guys here with me tonight, and we're just going to touch on a few things. But first, I want to say, if you're an It Works distributor and you're a man, if you're not in the man cave, shouts out to the man cave. We can get you in there. If your wife is an It Works distributor, then we can still get you into the man cave, and help you adjust and adapt to see what, you can do to contribute to the business, because it's all about that support. And tonight I have on the phone with me Anthony Keeneland, Ambassador Diamond with It Works. You there, Anthony?
I'm here.
Okay. And I have Cornbread, Triple Diamond with It Works. You there, Cornbread?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and get started and basically just have a roundtable discussion. So, both of you guys are from Texas, and, you've been in the business for a little while now. Whoever wants to go first and just tell their story, you guys can figure out who wants to go first. Tell your story.
Go ahead and kick it, Anthony.
All right. So my work story is very similar to a lot of guys who are involved with It Works. When my wife first started, I didn't want her to do it. I was real skeptical. I didn't believe that a product like this could exist and me not know about it. I'm a guy and I know everything. Let's just be honest. It's the truth. So when I heard about the product, I was like, there's no way I haven't heard about it. Because if this thing was real, I'd know. So I went to school one day because I was in college, and my wife signed up to sell It Works. And just like everybody else, I got real mad, and I was like, oh, man, this is going to be a waste of money, a waste of time. I can't believe you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And that's basically just her biggest opponent in this whole It Works thing, she had to live with me, and she heard me every day telling her how it was a dumb idea and how I didn't think it was going to happen and how I thought we were going to lose money and all that. And then she talked me into going to a conference in 2012, and I didn't want to go, but she pretty much, she asked me, and usually when my wife asks me to do something, I do it for her, so I went to conference with her, and I wasn't too excited about it. But then I got there, and I got to meet a lot of the people. I got to meet, Mark and Mike and Pam and all sorts of the, top leaders like Joel Dunn and, all the big names that we all knew who they were. And I got to see that they were real people. And then what threw me off even more is some of them knew who I was. So it made it all very real for me. And it was at that point that I decided that I was going to stop going to school and I was going to help my wife full-time with her It Works business because I wanted her to be successful like all the people we saw at conference were. And so that, for me, was the real game changer, was going to conference. And that's that's basically my It Works story, is I was skeptical and didn't want her to do it. And then I went to an event and got to meet the people, and that was it. I was all in. I was ready to go.
Right, absolutely. And you pretty much, I remember you told me some stories sometime when things would go wrong for her. You would kind of celebrate, huh? You would root for her to fail at times, huh?
Yeah. Because I wanted to be right. I wanted to be there to be like, see, I told you this wasn't going to work. Now go get a regular job. That's what I wanted.
Right. But she proved you wrong, huh?
Yeah. She continues to prove me wrong constantly. Every time she hits a new goal or something, I got to look back. I got to eat my words, from 3 years ago when I was telling her it wasn't going to work out and nothing was going to come of it and it was a bad idea. I have to eat that all the time.
Absolutely. And so, Cornbread, your story, man.
Well, it's like Anthony, it's very similar to, when Mindy started, it was basically to keep her busy. I was working overseas, and I told her just outright, if this is something that'll keep you busy, keep your mind occupied while I'm gone, have at it, have fun. I really didn't there was no support because I wasn't here. Aside from the fact that I thought, this is snake oil, this is hocus pocus, go do your thing, have fun.
Right.
Fast forward, 6 or 8 months into it, maybe a little more, and, I told her, hey, if you make a house payment, I'll take it serious, okay? She looked me dead in the face and said, fine, gotcha. Next month, she made 5 house payments.
Whoa.
Right. Yeah. I said, yes, ma'am. Let's pay attention here. Right. Even then, even though I looked at it and said, okay, you can make insane amounts of money, I still wasn't 100% on board. Yes, I was taking the products because of what it was helping me with, as far as allergies and helping me feel better, more energy, so on and so forth. But like Anthony, I really didn't see it until 2013 when I went to conference. Man, I came out of there and you couldn't hold me down. It was insane at the amount of friendships, lifelong friendships that we've built since then, and the different people that you meet that come from all backgrounds. You've got people that are prior military, like Anthony and several of the others, Chad Kneller and Donnie Chastain, wow. Guys like that are straight up military. And then you got guys like Clinton Conway that's a banker.
Right.
But we all come together and we all have the common goal. And that's spreading the health and wealth of this product and this company.
Right. Absolutely. And so far both of you said something that's really key. You got to an event. So if you're listening and you don't have that support from your significant other, whether you're a man in this business or a woman in this business, get your significant other to an event. Get them to a couple events. Whatever it takes to get them around like-minded people. Because obviously, a lot of us, before it works, we come from a life where, we're used to being told no. We're used to being told, oh, those dreams are too big. Just settle for a 9-to-5 dead-end job. Or, some of us may have had money, but we didn't have the freedom. So with that being said, a little bit about my story, my fiance Misty has started this business, and the applicator just drew her in. Like Rusty said, we lead with the applicator. It drew her in, and, we had 10 twin boys, and she was just trying to tighten up, stretch marks, all of that kind of stuff. But as a man, that didn't excite me. So I was like, okay, you go do that silly thing over there, see if it works. I got real problems. I got to get up and go do 16 hours again tomorrow. So, I'm not concerned with anything that you're doing, and I went and just went on about my day, and she eventually got me to try the greens, and I was like, wow, I did notice a difference in the energy, and that got my attention as far as the products go, like you had said, Cornbread, like that got my attention with the products, and I was like, okay, it does what they say it does, but, that was about it. So one night, she would always try to get me to listen to the conference calls. You forget about it. I wasn't doing that. But I was in the kitchen making a bowl of cereal, and I heard Rusty Lackey on the call, and he said, I can stop doing It Works right now, and I have enough money for my family to live the rest of our lives. I turned around so fast I almost dropped the bowl of cereal. And I was like, he's getting paid to say that. That's not real. Come on now. That's not possible. With this rap stuff, yeah, right. So I started listening to the Tuesday night calls because I was like, I'm gonna see if this guy stays consistent. I'm waiting for him to mess up and be inconsistent somewhere. And he stayed true every Tuesday night. Green carpet came around. She was like, oh, go with me to green carpet, and I was like, well, it's Florida. I'll go for Florida, but I'm not going to be around none of those It Works people. I'll go to Florida. Who's going to say no to Florida in the wintertime,
right.
or just coming out of winter, and So we went, and you know, we got to take this one. The company was smaller, of course. We got to take a tour of the office there in Bradenton, and you know, we went and see Mark Pentecost, and his assistant was outside the office, and she heard us going back and forth. She's like, "Well, I want to go in and see Mark again." I was like, "Go ahead. I don't want to meet him. He doesn't know me, or he doesn't know what we've been through. He won't relate to us. I don't want to meet him." And his assistant was like, he wants to see both of you guys. You can't tell him no. I was like, really? I was like, all right, let's get this over with. I went in and was shaking his hand, and that's when she took a moment. She said, Mark, he sees me starting to do well with this. He knows the products work well. He just won't get involved. And Mark gripped my hand even harder, and I started looking him in his eyes, and I'm giving him that look like, let my hand go. You know, that's the look on my face, and he grabbed it even harder. He said, you can't leave Florida. We can't let you leave till you get on board. You got to get more supportive, you know. He was like, I'm telling you. He was like, you see that golf course? I was like, yeah. He was like, paid a few million cash for it because I like it. And right there he was talking a man language to me. I was like, right. What? You know, so that was the end of it. We ran from there. We just ran from there. So I guess back to Anthony. What would you say to the people who are listening on this call and they're sitting here and they're like, yep, my significant other is just like him. They're just like you, Anthony, where you are. What would you say for them to do?
Well, that's funny because, like, one of the things I think a lot of people experience when they first get involved with this is they look at where everybody's at and they think, you know, that can't be me. You know, those other people are doing it, and that's great for them, but I don't think I'll ever be at that point. And I remember the first time I met you, Rob, you had this look on your face like you just could not wait to get out of the room you're in. Like, you did not want to be there. And then to fast forward till now, and you're doing conference calls on your own, and you're getting in contact with me and getting in contact with Cornbread and getting in contact with other guys and having them on your conference calls, and it's because you made a conscious decision to do this, and you weren't going to take no as an answer. You know, you look past all the no's you've been told in your life about everything, about, you know, you'll never be able to make that kind of money, or you'll never be as good as that other person or anything, and you shucked it all off, and you were like, no, I can be like those people. I can be at the top. I can be a top producer, you know, and it's,
right.
I think that is the biggest thing to realize, is that we're all just regular people, but we chose to do something that is irregular in life, and we're reaping the benefits for doing so. But it's the choice that we made, which for a lot of us happened at an event, most of us at conference. It was, you know, that point right there, regardless of what our backgrounds were, or where we came from, or how we grew up, or all that stuff. It all comes down to that point at whatever conference any of us went to, or whatever event, and we all went, you know what, I could be that person on stage. I could be that guy, you know, I could be that Joel Dunn, or I could be that Quentin Conway. You know, I mean, when you believe that, that's what's going to put you in gear and put you in the right mindset to be that person. So
absolutely,
you just got to make that choice.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. I like that. You know, and like they said at conference this January, John Addison was on stage. What did he say? He said, you know, if you can't change the people around you, then you must change the people around you. And sometimes, you know, we're going through life and we've surrounded ourselves with friends, other family members who, you know, like everything's okay until we start to do something to better ourselves. And then that becomes a problem and they want to tear you down. So you have to make a decision, you know, and think about your kids, or if you don't have kids, just think about your future, you know, and where you want to be. So on that note, Cornbread, what would you say to someone who's listening, and let's say they're a guy and they're saying, well, I don't see how I fit into that. I don't see how, you know, I can go out here and rap somebody, or, you know, why should I get excited about loose skin and, you know, things of that nature?
Oh, man, it's why get excited? Why not? You know, look, in all honesty, look at what. Don't necessarily look at what it can do. You know, this goes back to the Kennedy. You know, don't think about what it can do for you. Think about what it can do for them. You know, when if you've got that mother of 4 that goes to the gym every day, works out for hour and a half every day, and she just can't get rid of that little pooch. You've got a $59 solution in your hands. And it's as simple as handing her a Blitz card and say, hey, have you heard of this? Now you've instantly changed her life. You've put confidence back into her head. You've put hope back into her heart. Why not? One of the things that I'd like to piggyback on with what Anthony was saying is, they say that amateurs practice on the field and professionals practice off the field. When we're talking about blitzing, when we're talking about, well, what do I say to somebody when I walk up to them? These are things that you need to be practicing standing in front of your mirror in your bathroom or in your bedroom or wherever there's a mirror, wherever there's a reflective surface, period. You need to be able to speak to those people whenever they ask you questions. You whenever you're talking to them and introducing them to that product, know what you're talking about. There's another one that I've heard several times that what is it? Ignorance on ice is better than knowledge on fire. I think, why not have both? Why not have knowledge on fire?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like Anthony said, make that choice. That don't let somebody else tell you that you can't do it. You go in your bedroom or bathroom, wherever that mirror's at, you look yourself dead in the face and you tell yourself, yes, I am that guy, or yes, I am that girl. I will pay for my kids' college. I will go pay cash for a new car. I will pay off all the debt that I've accrued through college and everything else. Be that person.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, I think Jim Rohn said it best when he said, there's millions of people that wake up every morning and they go depend on someone else to provide for their future. And what does that person have in store for you? Not much. So many wake up and depend on not much when you could wake up and have your fate in your hands. And maybe that sounds a little scary, but I can promise you, through our significant others, this started out part-time. All 3 of us on this phone conference tonight, we do this full-time. There's no other boss. There's nobody who owns our time. We all own our time. But you know what? It started out part-time. So it's going to start out part-time, but you're working on your fortune part-time while you still work full-time or whatever it is that you do in life to make a living. So Anthony, what daily roles did you start to fulfill, when you started getting involved more, to make that transition?
Well, this is one of my favorite questions because I get this question quite often. Everybody wants to know what my role is. So the very best advice I can give is, do whatever you have to do to allow your wife to work this business, because there's something about the women that work this business. It's like a dog. It's like a pit bull that gets a hold of something, right? And like you can't pry them off once they're on it. And so you just got to get out of their way and let them do it. So I have always taken on the role of doing all the things that my wife didn't really want to do. And I mean that includes any housework, any blitzing, any talking to people, any if she just doesn't want to do it, and I'm good at it, I do it. So like this weekend we have an expo coming up. It's going to be my job to get out there in the lane at the expo and pull people into our booth so she can talk to them. I initiate for my wife because she's kind of shy and and whatever, and I'm really not very shy at all. So I'll go out and I'll grab somebody and be like, hey, come talk to my wife about this crazy rap thing. And
right.
I try as much as I can to generate as many leads as possible for her, because I want her to succeed so that I don't have to go work in the oil field or go be a contractor or, go work at McDonald's. Like, these are not things I want to do with my life.
Right.
And as of right now, like today, if you follow us on Facebook, you would know that we took our kids to Chuck E. Cheese at like 1 o'clock today on a Wednesday, just because we can. Because that's what we have going on. Is we decided,
and I bet that place was like a ghost town.
Yeah, and it was wonderful. It was quiet, and the kids just ran around and did their own thing and had a blast, and we ate some pizza and came home. And it's like, it's little things like that we get to do throughout the week instead of, waiting for tax time to roll around and then spending our refund check on a trip to, the Bahamas or whatever. We don't do that. We can go wherever we want, whenever we want. We don't rely on anything for that. So that's what motivates me to do the dishes or do the laundry or, watch the kids. Like, I'm sure I'm going to be watching the kids a lot this weekend while Sam's at work expo. If I'm not there, I'll be home watching the kids. I'll be home, vacuuming the house or whatever I do. I do so much housework now that it's kind of become second nature. And
right.
I'm okay with that. That's what it takes for my wife to be my wife to be successful. That's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. It beats slaving for somebody who, you're 5 minutes late. You won't know if you have your job or not. You won't know if 1 minute you won't be able to provide for your family because you just got laid off. It beats all of that type of stuff. You have your fate in your own hands.
Yeah, so, the best part about it is that my boss loves me and cares for me because my boss is my wife. How many people can say that who go to a 9-to-5 job?
Right. That's a real good point. That's really good. So Cornbread, to flip things around a little bit, what would you tell, maybe it's a guy who's listening who's decided to jump on into the business and he's the person who's kicking it off,
In what respect? As far as coming on board?
Right, yeah. He's going to be the one to kick it off, and maybe he doesn't have that support from his significant other, who is the woman or whatever. She can't see the vision, and there are some guys in the company like that going through that.
The first person that I would tell them to get in contact with is a guy named Robert Torrance down in Houston. Man, this is kind of it's really a great question because I don't see the gender difference when it comes to blitzing. We as men actually have an advantage over the women, okay? Because as men and women, we're designed to talk to women. We've got the mentality that we need to be able to convince this young lady to spend the rest of their life with us. So why in God's name can we not share something that's going to help them get skinny and have massive amounts of income?
Right.
It's literally that simple. Don't make it complicated. Don't think, what if she thinks I'm calling her fat? What if she does? Who cares? If it's only gonna get weird if you make it weird. Right. I can't count how many times on a daily basis I walk up to a strange woman, ask for her phone number or email contact information, and she hands it to me without fail. It's literally every day I talk to somebody or a man, woman, it doesn't really matter. And they willingly hand me their contact information, because they want the product. They want what I've got. So I'm gladly going to give it to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I've heard this said time and time again, most plastic surgeons are men, so
Exactly.
there you go, You don't see more women are running around getting plastic surgery, so, they have to talk to a man sometime.
Exactly.
So those are some great points. Anthony, anything you want to leave the people with? Any last thought?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot tonight about how It Works gives you basically unlimited income. I mean, it's up to you to get paid what you're worth. And if you're going to work real hard in this business, they're going to pay you for that work. And it got me thinking about how, a lot of people on this call, they might not be all in. They might still have, some of the haters in their life that are, telling them how silly this rap business is, or how, silly our business model looks like, or whatever. Everyone has something to say about it. And one of the best things I ever heard is that if broke people are laughing at your financial plan, you're doing something. So keep that in mind while you're working this business and while you're growing your paycheck, while your other friends are working for that, 25-cent raise that they get every year. Your raises are up to you in this business. You give yourself a raise every single month, almost every single day in this business if you just work it hard enough. And people are going to laugh, and people are going to tell you it's stupid, but you'll be the one laughing when you're out of debt and you're at home every day with your family and you're living, the good life and being debt-free and experiencing what real freedom feels like. So don't let those people stop you from getting what you want.
Absolutely. Cornbread, final thought?
Again, yeah, make the choice, guys. Don't, just to amplify what Anthony just said. It's not up to them. It's up to you. And like I said a minute ago, stand up, get educated, understand your product, understand what you're doing. Make the choice. It's already been proven that it can be done. Joel Dunn, Melanie and Blair McFarland, Stephanie as well, Lori and Quentin, Anthony and Sam. It's been proven time and time again. It's not snake oil. The business model is phenomenal. The timing is awesome. Done. What else do you need? What else is there out there to look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I should probably do this?
Absolutely.
That's in all honesty, man, that's if you can't see it, it's yeah.
Yeah, pretty much clear cut and dry. I mean, and
it is.
What I'll say to end it off is you only have two choices in life anyway. You're gonna work for yourself, or you're gonna work for somebody else. You're gonna work on your dreams, or work on somebody else's dreams. And the thing is, that boss you may still be working for, he's not gonna fire himself before he fires you. So you definitely have a decision to make. I mean, if you are a single man, keep in mind, do what you did before this business. Get around some females, just be comfortable. You have a $1 billion product in your back pocket on a card, and you're handing them away a life. So that's huge. If you're a married guy or you have a significant other, just show them the support. If you can't wrap your brain around this, then get out the way and let them run, because it's going to benefit you down the road if you stick around anyway. And with that being said, I appreciate everyone's time.
Let me throw one more in there for you, Rob. If you can't see it, give one of us a call. Hit us up on Facebook. In all honesty, because I'm pretty passionate about the business because of what it's done for me. The ability to get up and cook my kids breakfast, take them to school, go eat lunch with them, and pick them up all in the same day, dude, that's huge. You can't put a price on that.
Yep.
Hit me up,
Yep.
please. Call me. I will.
Yep.
I will show you the light.
Most definitely, you know, and my fiance said something to me the other day. You know, she said, we're a full-time family. You know, and, and that's big. You know, I mean, being a full-time family. Are you a good morning and good night dad, or can you honestly say that, you know, you have a full-time family?
Right.
So, you know, you hit that right. You hit that nail right on the head, man. You know, most definitely. And you know, get back with the person who got you on this call. You know, if you're a prospect listening in, because they're offering your way of life and they truly care about you. So, everyone, have a good night. I appreciate your time, fellas.
No worries.
Night.
Hey, Rob, are you still there? This Rob.